Hello everyone, welcome back to Velocity Verdict. Today we are going to be reviewing this 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE. For you guys that don't know, this is the base model. Let's get into it. We are going to start off by first seeing what's underneath the hood. Now before I lift the hood, we can see some sharp lines over the hood and it's kind of raised a little bit on the center. So this hood is quite heavy. Under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated that produces 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. That goes to a CVT automatic transmission. And then fuel economy is 32 miles per gallon in the city and 41 on the highway. That's impressive. This is the one of the higher fuel economy cars since it's a sedan. But now at the front, we have the Hyundai logo, and on the side, we have the stylish looking LED headlamps with the turn indicators. Now, look at those turn indicators, the definition of gorgeous. And then we have the silver strip that connects the other headlamp, and we have some blacked out elements at the front, like the backed out grille. Overall, this is its entire front profile, and this is the definition of fancy and practical. On the side, we have these alloy wheels that are silver in color, though basic, but stick around till the end for the price. But for the price that this car comes in, these don't look too bad. And before we move forward with this review, I just want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post unique content for you. And if you guys want to see more content, and I'm planning to upgrade my gear in the future. If you want to see better camera quality, then I would appreciate if you guys subscribe and help me reach 1,000 subscribers so I could pursue this further and upgrade. There's a lot of stuff I'm planning to upgrade. So you're gonna see more better videos. So subscribe. I would like to give a huge shout out to Dave Hellman Hyundai in Erie who let me spend some time with this base Elantra. I'll include a link down in the description below so you can check out what they have currently. And guys, let me know down in the comments what do you think about this new Elantra and how do you like the looks of it. I say for an economy car, it's the definition of luxury, affordable, and fuel efficient. Tire profile is 195 by 65 R15. So we do have 15-inch alloy wheels over on the front and at the back. And then we do have body colored door handles, blacked out window trims, body colored mirrors, and we do get blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. So can you imagine blind spot monitoring being standard on a base model, which you don't see in most cars, with these fender flares that are very well flushed with the entire look. And taking a couple steps back, this is its overall side profile. And when we come onto the back, we get the connected light bar look with the tail lamps, which are LED and a little more basic with the turn signal indicators back below, but uh, accounting for the sloping roof line and this blacked out trim at the bottom with the bumper, I would say it's a pretty cool looking car and look sharp from a lot of edges. That would take us inside. Since it's a economy car, we do have some basic materials on top, but we do have like little bit of a mixed touch over here. Yeah. So the door panel is quite basic, but for the price, we can't complain. There's no soft touch over here, but still, hey, they kept the price low. And we do have power window controls, cup holders down below, chrome door handles, and when we move on to the seats, we have these cloth seats that are perforated all down the center. Nice stitching all around, side bolsters, and now let's go here. Inside. We do have a lot of leg room, and for reference, I'm 5'7", 5'8", so the leg room, yeah, thumbs up to Hyundai for giving such a big headroom. I mean leg room. The headroom, yeah, not too bad. I fit back. We have no AC vents, but we do have two USB ports at the back, and these seats are quite comfortable. These are the definition of comfortable. And now let's move up front. Wow, this car might look slightly low to the ground, but it's easy to get in and out. And this leads us up front, where we have the same trim on top, but love this stitching, that extra at the front door, and same material use all throughout. So yeah, no soft touch on the doors, but that's not a big deal. It's, if you look at the price, you'll get to know. And then we do have a subwoofer, a speaker on the door, and all of our power window controls, child lock, lock and unlock, adjust to select this for the direction of the mirrors, and adjustment for the mirrors, chrome door handles, and that's a cool looking door. And the advantage is it does get blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And now moving on to the seats, we do have these cloth seats that kind of look like sports seats, cloth bucket seats with this cool white trim, white stitching all around. And these are manually adjustable seats. You can't expect a lot on the base model being manually. So manual adjustable seats, thumbs up, approved. And then we do have like normal pedals with this, and the button to open a fuel tank, and our trunk is over here. And then we have a bunch of controls over here, like increase, decrease, increasing the brightness, decreasing the brightness, auto start, stop, off, traction off button, this chrome AC vents. And and now let's start this up. Now, one thing I do want to mention, it does get a fully digital instrument cluster in the base model. I'm actually quite impressed with that thing. And we do have physical stocks for our headlamps and indicators, and we do have physical stocks for our wipers. So that's always a plus. And moving on to the steering wheel, though it's like more basic with the use of the steering wheel, but we still have a little bit of soft touch on the steering wheel. And this looks like a sporty steering wheel with this silver accents all throughout, Hyundai logo, a bunch of practical controls like our voice command, volume controls for the uh, infotainment system. And then we do have a bunch of controls over here with the cruise control, and I believe it comes with an active cruise control. And then we do have the highway steering, and then this is for our center stack. For our instrument cluster, we can scroll through different bits of information, and look at that. And then we do have, though since it's a base model, we do have like a more basic screen over here with physical controls for the infotainment system. We have a physical volume knob, and for the radio media tracks. But if we go through the menus, it does work. Yeah, the touch response is good, has a good UI to it. Some of the things do take slightly longer to load, but I'm fine with that. And look at these chrome AC vents, that over here the hazard lamp button, but then they continue all throughout to the other side. Now this is what I can call luxury and affordable luxury true means. And we do have a manual mirror dimmer with this, so that's one thing. And then we do have these sun visors with our mirrors, and at least it blocks the sun. And then down here we have a bunch of physical buttons for our climate control, like the fan speed, temperature. We do have our button to turn on the air conditioner here, rear defogger, internal circulation, stuff like that. We do have USB port down below for charging, and another charging port down below. And then we do have a 12-volt socket, so that's always a plus. uh, this is the shifter for our CVT automatic transmission. So this is a shifter, and we do have a bunch of practical controls over here. Like when we press this button, you can look at the back camera. We are going to come under clarity for the back camera in a moment. And then we do have different drive modes. We do have normal, it changes to red in sport, and the smart mode. So basic, we do have cup holders down here, a manual handbrake, a grab handle down here, nice trim on the armrest, it's leather. And yeah, The center console, pretty much decent sized storage space, nice storage space, and more basic materials used throughout. But hey, these are easy to clean, and probably for an economy car, it's still good. And moving on to the glove box, yeah, pretty decent sized storage space. I'm actually impressed with it. And we do have a speaker up here, subwoofer, and even though with this screen it's digital, this one is like more baseline, but I can't complain. It's like the base model. What else would you expect in a car? And then you can see the fuel indications down below. It's pretty much full, and the engine temperature, and then it can recognize the speed limit, which concludes that this does have adaptive cruise control. And the mirror, the camera is up here, and honestly, it's a masterpiece. Good job, Hyundai. I'm impressed with the car you have built. The end of the trip, and now let's look at the clarity of the backup camera. I just realized we can even put this in sports mode with that, and then use the plus and minus. But now let's look at the clarity of the backup camera. I am actually impressed with the resolution of the backup camera. It's quite clear compared to like some of the cars, and then the trajectory line still turned with the steering wheel in the base model. Hyundai, you have been cooking lately. Good job. And overall, the resolution is quite clear for the backup camera. And this is a close, so you can change between two modes, but this is the best mode in my opinion, as you can see further. So that's a good thing. And now let's look at the key. So for the key, we do have a Hyundai logo up here, and then we do have the lock and unlock function, opening for the trunk, panic button, and a flip out key. Yes, since this is the base model, this does get the physical key, so you do have to input the physical key to start up the engine. It's not a push button start, but hey, at least it's a fuel efficient and practical car. Still, like, practically, still this car is quite practical in its segment. And actually, to be honest, I like the in this segment, this has like one of the best looks. Some cars look too boring, but this looks sporty. Good job, Hyundai, for making such a beautiful looking car. And man, car. Look at this blue paint. I know some people don't like bright colors, but I would say this bright blue paint is shining and looks cool on the new Elantra. And the blacked out window trim, which contains a nice contrast with the blue and color. Now, let's check out its trunk space. You can just, so usually base models keys don't have the button to open the hatch, but hey, you can open the pop up the hatch. Oh, sorry, why do I say hatch? I've been reviewing so many SUVs lately that I say hatch. I fumbled, but I meant the trunk space. We do have these tabs to throw down the seats for extra storage, but look at that. This is the definition of practicality. I don't think you have ever seen such a big trunk in a sedan, and that too, like a mid-sized sedan, compact sedan, one of the smallest sedans. Smallest sedans in the mean, like this competes with the Kia K4, Corolla, that type of segment. And I would say this trunk space looks bigger than a Toyota Corolla. So I have reviewed a Toyota Corolla LE before, so I'll include that in the description and at the end of the video, so you can check out the comparison between the two. And yes, I do want to mention, I think the trunk is bigger in this. I would say it has like approximately the same amount of features, but it does cost less. This does cost less. I'm gonna come onto the winter sticker in a while, but this does cost less than the Corolla and has the same amount of features, has a bigger trunk space, and has a better look to it, more sporty. And yeah, that's practical, definition of practical. And once you're all done, it's just manual to close the trunk, and you can open. We do have a backup camera up here, so you can't open the trunk from outside, but you have two options. One near the driver at the floor where the hatch trunk button is located over there with the fuel tank opening, and the other is to use the key. I would prefer to use the key since you come at the back, hold the key, it pops up, and with this like blacked out trim down below with the bumper, I would say it looks cool. Let me know your thoughts. And now let's look at its window sticker. You guys might be wondering, how much does this cost? So our 2025 Elantra SE, since this is the base model and the color name is intense blue, so look at all the standard features with that. That's impressive. And its base MSRP is only $21,875. And then all the added features we have are like the floor mats, cargo net, cargo tray, stuff like that, mud guards. So your total MSRP, even after all of those and your destination, is just $23,565, and the cheapest base Corolla that you can get is around $24,000, and that has the same flip key with the ignition. But the one I reviewed had the push button start that was about $25,000. So yes, significantly cheaper than a base Corolla, but looks better, has same amount of features, and does have a blind spot monitoring. So you still get blind spot monitoring in this in the base model, and then you do get a camera for the adaptive cruise control. One of the two main features that a normal person would want. And I know it does snow in the area. I am Erie, but I would say if you want like a most practical car in its segment, and if you want a sedan with the comfort, hey, this one you can get this car. And we do get a shark fin antenna on top, sloping roof line, and I don't think I need to justify this price any further. $23,500 is the total MSRP, and I would say it's worth it. So nowadays, like some of the cars I know are ridiculously expensive, but if you want a sedan, this is below $25,000. So the average car price is 50,000, but hey, 23,500. Now, this is how the DRLs look front, quite impressive, sleek headlamps, and has a good look to it. And then once we come up front, yes, this is how the turn indicators look, and the turn indicators do double as the DRLs. So the place where the DRL is, that would switch off, and the turn signal indicators would come on when you put and the guys, turns. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments what are the cars you want me guys to review. I'll try to get that review for you guys. And if you are interested in any Hyundai or the Elantra, uh, you can check the link in the description down below to see what inventory they have currently or are incoming.